So I want to welcome everyone. This is the first Montana Wetland Council meeting since we did our strategic planning meeting in 2019, in-person meeting as a group. And so I look out and I'm actually really pleased. I was telling people I had nightmares last night that it would be me and the presenter standing here. And so to see about 35 people come in and be here 8:30 in the morning, I thank you and welcome. A few logistics for this room: bathrooms, out the glass doors, they're just to your left. If we have to leave this building in an emergency, out the door straight behind you, down the stairs, and we will meet by Lake Metcalf, our little wetland stormwater pond back there. Coffee is in back. I don't think we have any tea, some muffins, some fruit, help yourself as well. So I am Steve Carpenedo. I am a senior wetland specialist here at Montana DEQ, and I have inherited, I guess is the best way to put it, the Wetland Council to help run it. And I have inherited it from several people. One we have today here, Linda Saul. She ran it for 20 years. And then Jordan Tolofsen, who took over after her, and then myself. And so I am third in line now. When I was planning this meeting, I was trying to come up with a way to give a good analogy about what we are looking at with filling the gaps in wetland protection. And for better or worse, I came up with the onion analogy. And if you've ever seen Shrek, this is not the onion analogy of Donkey telling Shrek about life and people. So imagine that you're cooking a really important dinner for your in-laws who really, really do not approve of you. And this dish calls for one onion. And to really nail the flavors of this dish, you need one whole onion, no more and no less. And you only have one onion in the pantry. When you cut into this onion, you notice that with a lot of onions, there's a brown, mushy center. And what do? If you're like me and you're crying because onions really affect you, you take that brown, mushy center, you scoop it out, you dice up the onion, and you continue on. And you really confirm your in-laws' thoughts about you the whole time. So what this meeting is really about is that to nail this recipe and get this right, we need to figure out a working solution to fill the gaps. And if we apply this to onions, think of it the same way. If we want to continue to realize the benefits that wetlands and riparian areas provide our communities, the environment, the economy, we need to really think about how can we better protect 100% of our remaining resources and protect those beneficial uses. But the Supreme Court came in and they cut our onion and they looked at it, and there's this brown mushy center that they scooped out. And they scooped out parts of the Clean Water Act, and they scooped out parts of old rulemaking, and they've left states, tribes, local governments, others trying to understand and figure out how can we fill in the gaps of wetland and riparian stream protections. And that's really what today's meeting is all about. We have pulled together a really amazing group of speakers to give us a perspective nationally on what we are seeing as a result post-Sackett and what the kind of conversations from other states and tribes they're hearing. We're also going to hear from our core regulators on what they're seeing and changes in the state, as well as state's perspective, and then local governments as well, and tribal governments. And this is all about thinking, how can we layer the protections on wetlands so that we can adequately protect 100% of them, or that one whole onion?